Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today's Stacey and I show, we'll be discussing Godfather of Harlem, Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2. A lot of things happened in 2 episodes. I feel maybe this is because of COVID. I think because they skipped 2020 season and they pushed forward to 2021. So the fact that Episode 1, we're 3 months into Bumpy fighting the 5 families. How did they not think that could have been a whole season, if not, at least not half a season?
Wasn't in the budget.
I think they were like, we're a year behind. Like, we got a schedule. Like, we have an actual timeline we're trying to keep up with. And that's what I'm thinking. They missed a huge opportunity because that would have been a great story. Like him, going from apartment to apartment. Each one of the families trying to kill him. And then him constantly calling back to South Carolina, looking to his family, them actually trying to kill his family in South Carolina. I can't believe they made no effort to do that. Like, that should have been a thing. And then going after Elise, like, how did no one think to follow his daughter? Like, no one knows he has a daughter? Like,
I was thinking, because when they did the news conference, did she specify that she was Bumpy Johnson's daughter?
Oh, yeah. It's funny. I don't think so, but the fact that you bring that up, that begs the question: how is it that she didn't recognize Powell when they met? Because she was like, "Hello, my name is Senator like Powell." And she's like, "Hello, how are you?" I'm like, "Y'all met at the store." Because all 3 of them, Malcolm, Bumpy, and Powell were there. And I'm like, how did y'all, you should be like, hey, I'm the one from the store. Like, they act like they just met.
Maybe when she was born again into the Islamic faith, all that was washed away, so she don't remember.
He should have remembered. Like, it just seemed like
she probably just looked like a different person because she got the whole look going on. So
let's talk about the Nation of Islam outfit. So how did they think it was some type of undercover that a black woman walk around in a big ass white outfit is walking down the street in Harlem to some abandoned warehouse, and that don't look suspicious to nobody? Like, that's how they're getting
in their purple robes.
Huh?
Is it suspicious? The Rakadushi in their purple robes aren't suspicious. So I guess a white robe and what?
That does also say bad writing. let's not use that as an example. But I was just like, it was cool. Like, he had a whole like fortress and shit. And I'm like, that would have been at least 5 good episodes. I don't know about 10 episodes, but at least 5 good episodes of that would have been awesome. And then I'm like, let's talk about the family. So Joe Bonanno, she'll still want to kill Bumpy because he should still believe what Chin told him, that Bumpy killed his son.
Mm-hmm.
That never gets addressed anymore. Like, somehow we just forgot about that shit.
He said he want his money. He ain't worried about his old raggedy son.
Well, for the record, he talked about like Chin's dude, like Vincent's dude that got murdered. He said, I don't care about him. Like that. So they're still.
No, the guy whose son that was buried in the.
No. He was talking about Zemo, whatever. He's talking about Chin's dude. Remember Bumpy like sliced that dude throat with the black girl with that's who they're talking about.
No. Remember at the end when Bumpy went back and he with the connect.
With the French connect.
Yeah, the Corsicans. And he was like, look, you touch me, you're not gonna get your money. Like your heroin, and you can't get your money. And then everybody except Chin was like, I want my money.
Fuck this dude.
And especially the dude who sounded like him, he was just like, look, I want my money. Go back and watch that scene.
All right. I'm a.
And I was like, he just didn't give a fuck about his son, did he?
That just don't say.
30 years ago. Who cares?
All right, that's even worse. You know what? That's even worse bad writing. Then I'm gonna shit on these writers because that makes no sense.
That should have happened in real life. We never know.
I'm very if that's truly, because I can't keep track of all these Italian names shit. But I'm like, if that's really what happened, then fuck these writers, because that don't make any kind of sense. Okay, Because he's been wanting to pump heroin into Harlem to kill all these black people for his son. And all of a sudden he's like, well, shit happens. So anyway, I just thought that also, so Chin is trying so hard to kill Bumpy. He said, hey guys, have you tracking his food? Are you tracking his people? Like, it can't be that hard, right? They figure out where he is. Once his two guys don't come back, why doesn't Chin send a whole army to that same location to be like, he has to be there. Someone has to be there. They send 2 dudes and that's it. That don't make any sense. I mean, I was like, it just seemed kind of silly. And then Bumpy is giving his entire plan over the phone. Like, Bumpy, you don't think people can tap phones yet? Like, why are you telling your wife your real plan? Like, what's she gonna do in South Carolina? Nothing. Keep your mouth shut. Why are you telling her the tactical details of your master plan? Like, that don't make any. And then she don't even know the game enough to be like, I'm not gonna ask my husband over the phone exactly how he's gonna get out this Italian mob situation. So, baby, what exactly you're gonna do and when you gonna do it? I need to know all the details so I can do nothing with it. I just need to know. I'm just nosy. Here you go, baby. I'm like, what? I was like, what is happening? Like, this is stupid. It wasn't even in code or nothing. He's like, no, this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out the French connection, and then I'm going to sell their own drugs back to them. Shh, don't tell anybody, even though I'm telling you over the phone. Nobody can tap these phones. These are secure phones. No, they're not. Not absolutely not. But just click. There you go, baby. He didn't even...
Maybe it's a secure line.
Remember? We're going secure. Stop that shit. Stop it. Stop it. I'm like, it didn't make, so it just upset me that in less than an episode, they're like, the families are like, fuck it. You good, Bumpy. Let's just get back to work.
And then the following episode, I gotta get an Italian on my side. And it happens to be Chin, just because y'all was boxing.
These actors are both at least 60 plus. That was hilarious. Like that, like you are not, this is not Cassius Clay this is not Cassius Clay fight. Like, don't make that comparison. Cause you know that they're like, okay, guys, we got 2 more swings in us because we old and we tired. Again, they have to be speeding this thing up because that was a season finale. Like that should have been a season finale that the 2 biggest enemies are like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make this money, right? Let's bygone be bygones. Like, what? That's episode 2? Like, what's next? Like, how you gonna top that? Like, the whole show is Chin trying to kill Bumpy. The entire show is really that. So what are we gonna do? And when did Bumpy
We're gonna sing like a bird? Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Oh yeah. So the special, I love the special prosecutor, and I don't know if he did it on purpose. Like, I like reverse psychology. They'd be like, hello, gangster. Is that what you think you are? Mr. Bumpy, you think you somebody? I'm sorry, you're nothing. Like, you're nothing to me at my level. I want the Italians. That's the real prize. I'll let you continue to work because you might give me some information. Was he more insulted as a black man or as a criminal? Like, was he like, I want you to arrest me? You think so?
I'm not good enough to get arrested. Show you how I deal my drugs. Let me be the biggest goddamn drug dealer in New York City.
He's like, damn it, do you know who I am? No, I don't. And I don't give a fuck. He's like, no, damn, let me tell you the shit I've done.
What about his government name? Ellsworth or whatever.
Yeah, right. My name is Bumpy. Look here, sir. I know your legal name. Let's not do that shit. You're right. I mean, it was just awesome. But he was like, motherfucker, I don't want to get arrested, but the fact that you don't want to arrest me, like, no, not. I mean, I can't really get promoted off of you, sir. Help me get the white man. Like, really, they're the real villains. I was like, no, forget you. He gave him past and future immunity. Like, that's awesome.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. What you want to know?
What you want to know? Wait, I don't have to say nothing. I just got to show up to random meetings. That's all I got to do. Eventually, that's going to turn into a wire. That's what that shit was going. Eventually. And then, like, in every classic movie, TV show where this shit happens, it's always like, or you will continue to work for us, or I'm going to let those people know that you were working for us, and then you ain't going to make it, right? Um. Anyway, so yeah, this anyway. So and then what's gonna happen with these crews? Like, how is anyone gonna respect Bumpy or Chin now? Like, they both lost soldiers, a lot of them because of each other. And now they're gonna be like, yeah, we all work together, bro. Because why not?
I mean, if Ghost and Kanan can join forces, why not?
That also made no damn sense. I'm like, this show needs to be canceled. I'm like, let's just wrap this shit up because apparently y'all ran out of ideas. Because this don't make any sense. To this extent, I want to see Vincent and Bumpy work with the special prosecutor. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for both of them to show up to be like, hey, look here. I hate Negroes and I hate the feds, but you know I really hate these other Italians. So how about you keep us good and we keep the money, and then you take the other 4 families down. It's just gonna be
He said, think of it as getting rid of the competition.
that. Oh man, I would be. That's the only way this can go. That this is kind of interesting, and also again, this is it self-delusion that Bumpy actually thinks he's in charge of something.
Isn't it typically?
Well, I mean, like for him to be, for one, he told all his fellow black drug dealers, it's really us. The Italians think they're in charge, but it's really gonna be us. No, it's really the Italians. Like that, like they're in charge, right? And then he thinks like, he's like, yes, it was a cute little fight between him and Chin. And he's like, we're 50-50. And Chin's like, all right, after you whoop my ass, yes. No, bitch. This is Chin's operation. Because without him, you don't get anything. It's yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Chin, at some point, once he gets his ego put together, he got his ass whooped by Bumpy. He's gonna be like, no, it's whatever I say it is, because without me, the French ain't gonna sell you shit. Right? Right. So you will take this 60-20 split that I'm gonna give you and be happy with it. Or you can find yourself another Italian, which you won't. Chin has all the leverage, all of it. Except for the fact that Bumpy is bringing him more black communities to exploit. Which I just, God damn, oh man, it's so disappointing. It's so fucking disappointing that I'm like, this man has brought together other black men to say, hey guys, on top of the 1963 oppression that we're dealing with, legal racism that we're dealing with, as we're fighting for civil rights, how about we continue to sell drugs to our own community and make them all addicts, to the point that my own daughter was sucking dick for heroin. But it's whatever, you know, it's whatever. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, because that's called the black economy. Fuck this shit. Like, oh man, that made me like, oh, it made me mad. I love the show. I love the actors. I just, but come on, everyone. You have to see the hypocrisy in that, right? You got to see the shit in that thought process, right? Because it didn't stop in 1963. Then it continued to the 80s and the 90s when crack came. We seem to do this.
They're gonna get it from somebody. It should be their own, right?
So this, you know how I feel about this. You know, like this, fuck me, man. It just irritates me that Bumpy has spent a whole season saying shit like, we got to keep the guineas out of Harlem. We can't let them exploit us. Because it's basically our job to exploit us. Like,
yes,
we don't let other people destroy our communities. We destroy our own communities. That is empowerment. Like,
yes. I mean, look at feminism. You can't tell me to show my titties. I can show my titties all I want to.
Hilarious. Absolute. That's a whole video, which we'll talk about when I talk about Cardi B at the end of this video. I got a Cardi B story I want to share. I didn't tell Stacey yet. I want to see her face when I bring this up. But yeah, the idiocy of have you realized the first time we've heard the term black economy in this show was drug dealing? Fast forward to the crack documentary that Stacey and I watched. What phrase did they use then? The black economy, that we're keeping it in the community. I was like, fuck me, man. This is what we're doing. We could do better. And then anyway, I'm just overall, I'm just pissed off. So then that kind of goes to Mamie. So when she walks in and talks to Senator Powell, trying to get back on the voter registration thing, which is very important, right? When she tells him that Bumpy is as important to Harlem as the senator is, I'm like, no. Just,
I'm sure he uses those properties that he owned for fair housing and
heroin discount.
eliminate systematic oppression.
Look here, Franklin Saint. It's almost like it's somewhere. We're gonna switch gears real quick. Somewhere in Snowfall season 5, I need Franklin Saint to be like, I read up on Bumpy Johnson, and he is my role model. Like, I need him to say that I was like, this man had an idea of uniting all the black drug dealers under one umbrella. That from coast to coast, you would get your drugs in the community, FUBU, if you will. And that's how we're going to do it. Because that's how we build the black economy. I need to hear that foolishness so I can be like, oh, okay, these writers are at least looking at each other's work. Fuck me, man. It hurts me. It hurts me, it does. Anyway, all right. So anyway, again, they've almost topped themselves. Like, where do they go now? That's the question. This friendship is not going to last. This friend-to-me relationship is going to fall apart at some point. So once again, Chin is the only one who sees the money in it further exploiting black people, right? Because that's how Harlem became a thing, right? Because Bonanno was like, I don't want Harlem. Like, he didn't think there was enough money in it. Vincent was like, nah. There's money to be made here. I'm going to invest the heroin into the black community, and I'm gonna become rich. And now I get to invest it in 10 more Harlems. What about 10 more Atlantis? I don't know if that's equal size, but I mean, 10 more Miamis. Anyway, we'll see how drug dealing works out. So let's talk about Malcolm and his road back to status within the Nation of Islam. What do you think?
Well, we know this is not happening. It was interesting to see because they brought in Betty Shabazz and his wife, and he's been sanctioned, so he finally gets the chance to spend time with his family. But he's running after Muhammad Ali to try to get him to be the spokesman of the Nation of Islam or something. Oh, he's trying to use Muhammad Ali to get back in with
the Nation.
Elijah Muhammad. I was about to say Farrakhan, but no, I don't even think he was born yet.
That comes later. that prophet comes later. It's interesting that now again they're getting into the infidelities and the multiple women, which again I thought Elise would have been a part of that. Unfortunately, I thought she was going to be another victim of the messenger. Maybe that's still on the table. I mean, maybe just haven't got there yet. Captain Henry. So Malcolm X is being bested by Captain Henry, who sounds like a bottle of alcohol. I really kind of want. It would be awesome if like the Nation of Islam sold alcohol and like they had a bottle called Captain Henry. Like that would be hilarious. Anyway, why can't Malcolm figure out how to send his own letters to the messenger? Like, why does it have to go?
I'm sure there's like a chain of command or something.
But I mean, it just don't make any damn sense. He has to realize that by now Captain Henry is not on his side. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, he's working that issue. And again, the only thing I know anything about, about the infidelities within the nation is really because of Denzel Washington and Malcolm X. Like, I didn't know anything about this shit. So when I watched that movie and Malcolm was like, I got to go out there and find all these women. He's like, oh shit, he really did get you pregnant? I was like, yes, I got his holy baby and she got this holy baby.
He succeeded.
The old-fashioned way. It wasn't through another man. Okay, at least the messenger was like, I directly give my seed to a woman. Anyway, it just goes to the issue of men in power. Like, men in power are usually very persuasive, and often they will have followers. and therefore they will get the draws. Like it's I mean, even I saw this little short like Kevin Hart looking dude, and he was a pastor. He was a pastor in church, and he said like the reason he became a pastor was because he was eager to get women because it's a position thing. So I was like, yeah, and he's a speaker, you know what I'm saying? So there's something to that. Anyway. So I don't know how far they're gonna go. Like if Malcolm is actually going to like investigate all these find the fact that all these women are in fact, pregnant, by the messenger, and is that what finally makes him disillusioned with the nation, and then he starts his own thing? Like, are we gonna see that evolution in him? And is Elise gonna go with him? Because she definitely that's his Olivia Pope. Like I see that now. I'm not gonna say that's his Angie. That's going a bit far, but that's his workplace boo, because his wife ain't about the nation, and he is all about the nation.
Yeah, his wife wanted her husband, and then he took them on vacation, and he was worried about Cassius Clay. Like, you got me and the girls in the hotel room. You think we about to sit up in here and watch boxing? Like, no.
He's like, look here, babe, why don't you go outside to the pool? I need to talk to Cassius. Like, damn.
Take them kids to Disneyland or something.
At least you saw them kids. Shit. I'm like, hey, you know what? Good work, Godfather of Harlem. At least you recognize this man got kids. I mean, we just saw the wife, but you know how we feel about kids not being properly represented. That irritates the shit out of me. But I'm happy the kids are at least there, even though they ain't got no daddy, because he's also running around trying to save the nation. And maybe only because we know what happens to him, that it's like maybe this is that story of he thought he had time. Like maybe he's like, once I get the nation right, once I get back to my beggar calling, then I'll have time for you. And then he never does. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's where they're trying to go with this. But right now he's like, look here, girl, I got the nation, I got the messenger, I got Cassius, soon to be Muhammad Ali when that comes about, and I got Elise.
I don't think even Muhammad Ali turned his back on him in the end, didn't he?
Oh, I can't speak to that. I think he did. So them going to Miami made me think about that movie One Night in Miami, and I was like, "Is this was that same situation?" But they said that was fictional. I don't know, because like Sam Cooke wasn't there. So like Malcolm and Cassius were there, but like Sam Cooke didn't show up. So I don't know how much of that movie is true. But I think that was supposed to be that.
When did he die?
When does he die? He dies in 1964. Like I read the thing. So later on, like,
okay. Yeah,
he dies after that fight. So it's coming. So probably before the season's over, Sam Cooke will be killed. So that's probably coming with that. All right, so let's get back to Chin's family situation. Stella and Olympia is his wife's name, and her being scared of her stepdaughter who threw food and stuff.
That bitch crazy.
She is. I mean, she going through grief because her boyfriend was murdered because
of her.
Yeah. And really, it's him. I don't blame her. I blame Teddy. Teddy fully appreciated. He actually said, "I don't care if I die. I love you." And because JFK got assassinated, don't make no damn sense, I'm gonna live my life. And if I go, so be it. He said that dumb shit.
But if you loved her, then you dying should fuck her up.
Right? Like you got to know she's unstable, right? Because she is.
Like she tried to kill herself before he died.
Yes. He didn't know that. He didn't know that though.
Oh, okay.
So but I was like, yeah, she has to know. He has to know she was unstable. Anyway, her pulling the gun from Ernie, I was like, oh shit, she's about to do it. So I was like, that's how you go out, girl. That's how you go out. And then she was like, nah, I'm just fucking around. Let's go get something to eat. I'm like, what are we doing right now? Why are we still looking at you? Like, where are you going with this? Let the black baby come. That black baby's coming.
Maybe that's what's gonna bond Bumpy and Chin together, the black baby.
He's gonna be like, bruh, now
I know my Negro grandson.
Could you take my half Negro grandson? I can't have that in the family. Like they will kill us. The other four families will kill. How's the other four families gonna deal with this?
And then it'll be like Fargo. They trade their grandbabies.
Oh man. Oh, when the black dude from Kansas showed up, that's exactly what I thought of. I was like, let him be connected to Chris Rock's group. Please let him be connected somehow. Where they from? Fargo. What? Oh, they're from Minnesota. I'm sorry, that's Minnesota. Fargo, Minnesota, right? It's not Kansas. But anyway, I wanted to see somebody from Fargo. So I just wanted to connect it all. Yes. Anyway, the joke still stands. And I could be wrong. So anyway, Teddy was killed by Benny Eggs, who's now been tasked to go to Florida. That's his punishment, hanging out in Miami.
Is that where people go to retire?
Yeah, right. But I guess Italians don't like it there because the food ain't good or whatever. At least Vincent did something, which I'm really impressed that he actually was like, no, like this is not what I wanted. This would hurt my daughter, and he generally was like, no, this is not a good thing. And so Benny got punished. I'm hoping he cut his face or something. He can't kill him, but I hope he hurts him in some way to to further show that he does care about his daughter's well-being, and he just takes it too far, like no. But we're gonna see Benny. Maybe why Stella's still here because she's gonna kill Benny eventually. Maybe she does, and maybe should she kill the made man, then that puts Chin on the outs with the rest of the families, possibly. And how's this deal gonna make him look to the rest of the families?
I don't get it.
And then what's gonna happen when the other Italians, because apparently they're the only ones that move heroin in America? What's going to happen when they find out that their black customers are now going to Chin and Bumpy? That should bring other families against them. I don't know. Maybe.
I think when Bumpy said I can get an Italian, I thought he was just going to find some random light-skinned dude that can pass for Italian, maybe speak Italian, named Tariq. And then
well, to your point, Forrest Whitaker speaks fluent French, I guess. So he was like, let me speak French. I was like, that's awesome. He's like, hey, let's get back to
why is some little skin half Italian dude and let him negotiate. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, but maybe Chin's soon to be black grandchild will heal the Harlem community and the Italian community.
It'll go back to the family business. Remember the little half Mexican, half black boys? The beef between the blacks and the Mexicans.
They just came together. Oh man, that would be hilarious. Speaking about family drama, I like that Elise told Mamie that this ain't over. Like I'm getting my daughter back. So this whole big sister bullshit is gonna stop at some point. And why would it not? Like, how does Mamie think any good mother would just be okay with the fact that somebody else is raising their child and never wants to acknowledge that? I mean, that's crazy. Why does
Mamie acting real like nice to her? Like, oh, at least like she all buddied up. Like you threatened to kill her last season.
The gun on that bitch was like, try it again. I mean, she was on that shit, and she did threaten her. I mean, it was a tense relationship on both sides. We need to get into the mama though. I want to know where Elise came from. Like, I need to hear that story. Just so I can understand. So I don't know. Powell finally got Esther James. Jenkins?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Either way, Esther is no longer a threat. She got her money and she's gonna count it out. That was hilarious. I hope she does come back for no reason.
Oh, Esther James, yeah.
So I do hope she comes back because that's a good story right there. Again, is Bumpy gonna find out that it was Powell who sent the special prosecutor against him, and is that going to be an issue? Why did Powell change his mind about letting Mamie on the board? Like what? Why is that? Like how does he think he's gonna leverage that? If his special prosecutor is gonna go after the Italians, and therefore Bumpy's gonna show up one way or the other. I mean, he has to think he's gonna get something out of it. I just don't understand why all of a sudden he doesn't think that it's a liability being connected to said family. If his husband, if her husband ends up in the newspaper being associated with gangsters, and he just got out of jail for being a gangster. So I mean, whether he goes back to jail anyway, I mean that's still a thing, right? Like, isn't your leader of your voting administration married to a man who just went to jail for 11 years for drug dealing and other criminality? Yes, but anyone can change. So what does he do now? Don't worry about that.
He's a real estate investor.
Yes.
And he invented the American Express.
You ever let that go, man? That would be hilarious, though. That would be hilarious. Somehow Bumpy Johnson is the one that invented the black credit card. Or the Diners card. What is the Diners Club? What is Why would they put that in Fargo? I don't know. Anything else for the season?
So it's interesting to see, like, really the three guys back here, how they all were kind of like on the outs. So Bumpy's claiming his position with the Italians. And then Powell got back into his little position again. And then Malcolm is still trying to fight his way back. So it's kind of see their journeys along the path. We obviously know what happens with Malcolm. Yeah. Powell, I don't remember. And then Bumpy chokes on a chicken wing.
That means he's gonna be all right. That means Vincent don't take him down, right? Like, we know how the story ends for him, so like he's gonna be okay. Ultimately, it's his diet that gets him. A lot of black people.
So food get you every time.
Sad. We gotta do better. We gotta make better choices when it comes to our dinner.
So you said Method Man isn't coming back, so that whole crew is, I guess, out.
Oh yeah, so thank you. Yeah, so Sam Christian, played by the Method Man. Yeah, according to IMDb, he's only in 2 episodes, and this was the 2nd episode, so we won't see him again, which is unfortunate because I would rather see. It's sad. He's more believable as a carjacking thug than he is as a high-priced lawyer. Like, I know he's in Power Book 2. I'm just saying, I just feel like this is more him. Like, I mean, of the two. What do you think?
It feels like he plays like the same character, even though he's a lawyer or a hijacker. It's still like the same persona.
Because he's him. I mean, he's Method Man. You know what I'm saying? So
it's him.
Yeah. Well, like Forrest Whitaker. I mean, he's that dude. Like, he don't. I mean, sometimes he tries to have a shitty accent, which he don't do well. But I mean, ultimately, he's just a great actor. He's him. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't that hard. Same thing with Vincent. Like, at every role I've seen him in, that's that dude. Like, he's still quirky. You know what I'm saying? He still got the hand movements and shit. I mean, whether he's playing a poor kid, teenager getting beat up in Full Metal Jacket, whether he's playing a half alien, half ant, a roach, excuse me, in Men in Black. He was the human alien in Men in Black. Kingpin in the Daredevil series, which he was awesome. He played a gangster there. But he's still like, you know, that kind of quirky thing going on. But I mean, anyway, a lot of these actors just bring themselves, but that's why they're good. But yeah, you're right. Method Man, yeah, he's on 2 episodes. Too bad. I was also apparently P Diddy can make an appearance. Apparently, he is from the apartment complex in the show. Fox Davis' mom said that P Diddy's actually from lived in the same apartment complex as Bumpy did. So maybe he can make an appearance. I mean, what other New York based rappers could do this?
EPIX is gone. We heard his song on the soundtrack, the first episode.
And all Wu-Tang, right? The whole Wu-Tang clan. Jay-Z.
Yes.
Beyonce. I mean, she ain't from there, but she married, you know what I'm saying? She a Jay-Z. Huh?
Little Kim.
Look, now let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I mean, we have Flossie. She can be.
She's too far gone. No, I'm sorry. But you know, like Jay-Z, Beyonce could do it. That'd be fine. But not Lil Kim. I don't think that's gonna happen. You see her dancing? Let's not do that.
I get out of it.
Look here, Chris. Come back, damn it. All right. So we got some guest appearances. What else? What else you want to see in season 2? What do you think season 2 is gonna go?
Like you said, you wanted like a Martin Luther King figure. to make an appearance. I don't know if it was around the same time, but there was a Black woman who ran numbers in Harlem, and I can't think of her name, but she was pretty big.
You think Esther might be that character?
No, because she was West Indian.
Oh, all right.
I remember Cicely Tyson played her in some show, movie, whatever.
Well, it's funny you should bring up. Well, it's funny you should bring up other races. I want to see more Latinos, like some Puerto Ricans, some Dominicans. Like this is New York. I mean, So Fox Davis mom, please let me know. Was there? Do you know there was a huge Latino based community in Harlem around this time? Why are they not represented well? No Asians are represented. You're talking about heroin, and they are like one of the big heroin producers, as I'm understanding. So I'm like, why is that not a thing? Like they should be upset that the French and the blacks and the Italians are moving into their territory. Like that would break the monotony. Like we can't just keep on doing Italians versus blacks for multiple seasons. Like that's going to get boring after a while. In fact, someone told me that. I think Chris said that. I think Chris was like, he watched season 1 and he was like, it's repetitive. It's just the Italians and blacks going back and forth every episode. And I can see that. I mean, I can see that. So that we need to get there's other people involved in the drug game. And I would like to see that. Where's this new prosecution going? How's that? Is this new prosecutor? Is he really going to be a threat to Bumpy and his relationship with Chin? How's that going to turn out?
Maybe the Russians are coming.
Huh?
Maybe the Russians will come.
That would be awesome. The Serbians. Hey, you know what? That would be hilarious. That would be awesome. I would like to see the Italians and the blacks gang up against the commies who are now moving heroin to pay for their commie fight against American freedom. Some crazy shit. Let's whatever. Let's just do whatever.
The CIA will move in and help.
What's up?
Maybe the CIA will move in and help fund some guns and.
Yeah, that comes later. they haven't figured out they can do that in American-based drug operations yet. But we'll get there. So that'd be interesting too. Maybe somehow again some kind of government CIA bullshit gets involved in this thing somehow. Now that we got the French connection, right? We got some international stuff going on, right? So it's possible. I would like to see that. Anything else? All right, so real quick, I want to talk about Cardi B. So this is I was flipping through Facebook and I saw her press video, which I just saw it. I mean, I'm not a big Cardi B fan. Have you seen her press video? It came out last year. Anyway, I'll send it to you. Anyway, this is one of the wildest shit I've ever seen. But I bring it up because the opening minutes, maybe 30 seconds of this is her having a threesome with a woman and Eric Cross. So when I saw his muscles and his tattoo, I was like, that's Eric Cross.
That's right. That's how he got, I guess, discovered or something.
Oh, really?
Because he was a YouTuber.
I did not know that. Yeah. But anyway, he's in this video in about a maybe 15-second threesome with Cardi B and some random ass woman. And then the video turns into she gets arrested and then she has like she's on trial and some shit. And anyway, my point is when I saw this, I was at Cardi B, the lyrics were good. I was like, this is pretty awesome. She actually made some sentences that kind of make sense. Because the one thing with Nicki Minaj, I feel like a lot of her stuff just mumble shit. Like she's put words together that kind of rhyme, but don't make no damn sense. Like in this video, Cardi B actually made some sentences. I kind of understood what she was trying to talk about. But seeing Eric Cross, I said, this is probably the best performance he's ever given. And he had no lines whatsoever. And the production budget for this one video probably exceeded the entire production budget for Double Cross season 1 and 2.
Yes.
And I was like, damn it. I was like, Cardi B could have been in Double Cross season 2. And I would have been like, this is a step down for her. But
yeah, I don't think she would be in the budget.
She could have played the leader of the Hogwarts community.
She could have, but nah.
When she's walking butt naked with some stilettos in this video, I'm like, what? But that kind of goes to your issue of feminism, right? Cardi B and all the other dancers who are, professional dancers, but they're all butt ass naked and some stilettos. That is empowerment because they're doing it to themselves. But if the man told them, you got to be in my video and you're in the back being butt naked, somehow that's oppression.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it doesn't make, anyway, it's not shame, right? Like, and then I'm like, she's a wife, she's a mother, she's a businesswoman, you know what I'm saying? And but she like, this is who I am, this is what I got, and I'm getting from point A to point B. And I'm like, you know what? Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I'm like, it's complicated, right? Because you don't want you're not trying to buy shame women. Like I'm sure people 85 million views on this one video. I was like, I thought about Lizzo. For some reason, I thought about Lizzo, and I'm like, if she did a video like this, people would riot. Like they were like, you cannot do a video like this, Lizzo. Like I want Lizzo and Cardi B to do a WAP type song together. Fuck Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion is gorgeous. Like, that's not the same thing. You need Lizzo and Cardi B doing a WAP video remix. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see it, but it needs to happen, right? Like, I'm not going to watch it because it's too much, but it needs to happen. That's true body positive image. That she can stand up there and those stilettos and shake her ass, and people be like, you know what? There you go. I see. What's up? Thoughts?
I have no comment. That's man shit. I'll stay out of that.
That's what you're doing? That's man shit. That's woman shit. That's woman shit. Because these women
y'all choose to watch and indulge in, that's y'all stuff.
No, okay. But I'm saying, but our conversation of women who are like, I am controlling my body. I can show my body if I want to. No man's gonna make me do something. I do it because I want to, right? So if I show my ass, that's empowerment because I made myself do it. But if somebody makes me do it, then that's oppression.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, with like Nicki, it just pissed me off. Like I remember like J-Lo, Beyonce, beautiful women, like what people would consider slim, beautiful women had the audacity to be like, I'm out here representing for the big girls. Like when Nicki Minaj did that bullshit video and she was like, I'm out here representing for the big girls. Shut the fuck up. Like one, everything big about you bought. So shut the fuck up. Like Lizzo is out there for the big girls. That's all natural. And people shit.
But notice whenever there's a full-figured personality, right, that gets popular, what's the first thing she does? She tries to lose weight. She goes on a diet.
True.
She starts a workout plan.
True.
And then eventually she'll shrink down to a comfortable weight for her.
Yes. Jennifer
Oprah did it, Monique.
Right.
Yes. They all do it. What's this girl that sings? Jasmine Sullivan. She's small now. Most of them. So when they're talking body positivity and love the big girls, but then they eventually try to turn into the little girls. So did you really love yourself to be big?
That's a good point.
Or is it just a health issue?
Well, it I mean, there is a legitimate scientific health issue about it. I mean, that is true though. But
they're not talking about that when they're big. They're just like, love me as I am.
You need love me.
They're not saying love me in my diabetes or love me in my, sore achy joints or whatever goes on.
I mean, I see your point, but it's like slimmer people also have similar health issues, diabetes. I just saying, like when I look at, I just stop saying when I think about body positive people and women in particular, I only respect Lizzo in that realm, like because Cardi B, like that body yaddy bullshit that Meg Thee Stallion put out, acting like she's trying to help all body women. No, all those women were gorgeous. Like shut the fuck up. Like all those women look good. Like no. You're not represented for those girls who are unrepresented and underappreciated. Lizzo does, and only her. So far that I know. Again, I don't know a lot of hip hop stars. That's who I know. She got the flute, and she big, and she always taking her clothes off. And I'm like, you know what? Respect. I don't want to see it, but I respect it. I'm getting off track. I'm pretty sure. Fine. Anyway, I'll get back on track. My point is, season 2 is good. We got to see they've done too much. Like episode 1 and 2, they peaked. Where are you going from here? Like, you ain't got
And
a
how
lot
many
left.
episodes we're getting this season? Is it still 10?
I mean, it should. I mean, yeah. I mean, it should be 10. But I'm like, even if it was 3, where are you going? Like, you got the 2 biggest villains together. What's left? There's nothing left. Anyway, so what's the threat? What's the external threat they're gonna have to deal with? Like, and how are they gonna work that out? And again, how are they gonna explain that? How
I'm sure Bumpy snitching will start floating through the streets, and then he's gonna have to like defend his name. I'm not a snitch. I did 11 years for you guys. I'm old school. I'm not a snitch type thing. And then I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, because we will see. We'll still watch it. Don't leave our channel. I'm just saying. Like, we're going up, then we come down. Some people say, Dave, you take that shit too far. Anyway, guys, if you're still watching the video, we appreciate it. This is what we do. I mean, so that's why you signed up. And we will continue to do it. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Come back next week. For everyone, please comment on the video, share the video, like the video. You can dislike the video. Just put in the comments why you dislike the video. If you're leaving us, put in the comments why you're leaving. So at least we can document it, and then we'll say, fuck you. I mean, basically. But I mean, at least we know it. I mean, I'll read it. Also, that being said, I'm gonna say again, stop putting inappropriate words in the comments because they get deleted. Like, I don't delete them. Like, people putting wild shit in the comments, and then YouTube deletes them. And I'm like, I get a courtesy copy before they get deleted, but they do get deleted. So be careful what you write and how you write it. There's certain words you just can't put in there. Just to let you know. But anyway, so we do respond to all comments. Even bad ones or good ones, whatever. We will respond as long as YouTube don't take them off. Anyway, thank you guys very much. As Jerry Springer always says, take care of yourselves and each other. Eventually, Stacey will put up with me again because she's about to leave. I feel like she left the camera. I hurt my feelings, man. I thought we were family. So Davey took that shit too far. Oh man, I love this job. It's not even a job. We can get paid for this shit. This is free. Fuck. We can get paid for this. What are we gonna do? Lose sponsors? We ain't got none. Man, one day we'll get there. Cold Stone.
Wait.
What's that Chick-fil-A? What's that Chick-fil-A bottle? Where is it? Where is it at?
Threw it in the trash, but sponsored by Chick-fil-A. It's a warm day. I needed a nice cool milkshake.
Yeah, man. I want to ice cream, cooking ice cream one. I want that, but I was like, maybe I go get one. Terry's making steak right now. I gotta get something to go with it. Maybe I'll go to Texas Roadhouse and get some sides. Texas Roadhouse, where you can get mashed potatoes and with brown gravy and biscuits. I love them biscuits. With the cinnamon butter. Cinnamon butter is awesome. And the yeah. I'm not gonna make it, but at least it'll be because of Texas Roadhouse. And I know that. I won't be blaming.
You go kill over in a Texas Roadhouse?
No, I'll be at home because I don't go inside anymore because of COVID and stuff. So one day I just have a roll and be like, oh shit. I'm like, it's okay, babe. I did it to myself. Like, I won't be blaming anybody. Just blame me because I was like rolls are good. But I'm working out now. I'm trying to lose the weight. I'm trying to stay in my clothes. Like that's a good thing. I'm feeling good by myself. We ain't gonna do workout videos because this ain't that type of channel. But I'm doing that. I'm not gonna do a grocery haul because I don't want y'all judging me on my mashed potatoes. My friends already do that. They're like, Dave, you want to Texas Roadhouse again? Like, yes. Judgy. Stop judging me. This is randomness. This is just randomness. Okay, yeah. Anyway, my bad. All right. Okay, bye.